Like it's working. Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock, and it is the 17th of February, 2025. We're blasting through right through 2025 already. The last relaxing month before the haul through all these trips. Got lots of trips planned this year. So anyway, we're live. We're coming at you from snowy Canada. And yeah, let's look at what we got. We had a kind of an interesting Sunday pre-market assessment. So yeah, it was kind of a fun narrative to kind of sit down with a few people and build a little interesting narrative for the week. And so far, it really hasn't worked out the way we said it would. We had three different scenarios. We had plan A, plan B. The C was for it to go higher and start running up for here. I do like the idea of just running up to this first. I was calling for 268, just to bounce off of this level here and then roll over and come back down again. It did get up into 283 area, 281. So it was like 20 handles above where I thought it would go for a reversal. And then, so now we've got a reversal. We've come back into this hourly BISI here, and we've also come back and refilled this SIBI. And now we've traded back down below the BISI. So I'm looking for lower prices. I have a short on here right now inside this little BISI. As soon as we came back to it, I like that for an extension for a little run down here below the lows. And I'm looking for mean threshold of this candle. See if that holds and we start to go back higher, or whether or not we roll over and start to come back lower into plan A, plan B that we were looking for, that we were discussing on Sunday in our little Skype chat. It wasn't live on here. It was just a Skype chat for all those people who are in our group. Anybody who's interested in popping by, we had a little chat. It was fun. Just building an area. And as you can see, the market doesn't always work out exactly as you want, but it's always fun to try and build a narrative of where you think it's going to go for the week and build both sides of it, if it goes up or goes back down. So let's see what we get. So we're playing Hadi's 830 sensitivity candle here. So this is the 830 candle. It's open. We got the 6 a.m. lined up here. We got the midnight. I'm wondering if we can get down below here. It feels like we want to get down below here. Run this out before 9:30. If we come back in through here above the 830 candle and use that, I'm looking for it to leverage higher into this 6 a.m. candle. Changed out 7 light fixtures yesterday, and my back is pooched. Tell you, it's coming up and down this ladder, and they weren't hard to do at all. You just pull the old ones out, rewire in some new ones, and then set them back up. But holy smokes, it's going up and down a ladder. What an experience that was. Anyway, still alive, still surviving, but at least it's brighter in here now. It's great. Get rid of those old pot lights. Put these little flush mount ceiling lights. Cleans up the ceiling quite nicely. So let's have a look through the rest of this. So you have my narrative for this week. We'll see how this works out from here. Right now we're in a slightly bearish move. So we've got smart money reversal, their sell, and then we've got this first stage of accumulation distribution. If we get a second stage accumulation and distribution in the hourly, I'm looking for a big old unicorn to happen from there. So we will see where that goes. This is the daily. Let's turn this into the 4 hour, because we had something on the 4 hour, and I'll put this one on a 15-minute. That's what I'm looking for. A little sweep on that low. Okay, let's see if we're live at all. Yes, we are. Good to see. Got 9 people in the house this morning. I like it. Excellent. What do we got going on here now? Okay, let's go over to yes. Buy side liquidity is just sitting there ready to be taken. I like to see it come back all the way back down into here first. It's already above that premium array already. Yep. That's the next upside. Then we got 61, 62 above you. This would be nice to see that freeze right there and not give everybody the buy side yet and return all the way back down into this discount array before running higher. Yeah, like 61.37 and then take it after the open. It's just a ball of mess there on a daily for Dow Jones. Got to get above 44,862 on a close for another continuation to the volume imbalance above us. There's that 1965. That's nice. So if we can get back up above here, that'd be delish. Be good. Nice market structure shift in HNC. I like the way that's finally climbing out of there. Lovely. We talked about this on the weekend. The wheat to hit our upside objective we were looking for on Friday. It literally ran right to it. They've got one more objective above that. We look at this old high here for soybeans. The buy side liquidity was hit on Friday as well. And downside coffee. I'm going to delete all these things that we had sitting in here. You'll have to go to our channel if you want to see all what we're writing in these things. Right off the button. If we come back, retouch this, we've already extended the range. So if we come back up through here, I'm looking for a run back into this little area of consolidation here. I want to see this turn into a bull candle today. And go higher. Lean piggies. We're right up above our first projection. Here's our next one. It's above us. Every time I look at little pigs, they end up taking off on me, going in a different direction. So I have to make sure I'm with the current price. So we are here. So I'm looking for that upside objective here at 95.82. If we can manage to get back up here, I'd like to see that just give way now and start doing the yeah, I'd love to see that just come back up into here one more time and auger it right down. Start digging through all this lot. If it comes down, if it gets to here and starts to drop, and we get back through 71.40, I'm looking for a quick run way down here, and this is a low expected for the quarter of the year. I expect these lows to get taken out again. A lot of people will say, oil's not going down that far. Right now, it's not. This got to get through a bunch of stuff here first. So it's got to get through this whole weekly discount first. But this is the stages I'd like to see that start to work down. If we can get back up above this upside weekly objective, then we're coming back into and you'd have to get through this mean threshold of this candle here as well before we start considering going higher. Right now it feels heavy, and it feels like if we start to enter into this thing, which we're just tapping on now, we get a run, it's going to be an accelerated run through this lot. It's been worked pretty hard here. So you just see an acceleration through, quickly take the downside, and then start to build back up. March into May. Let's go back here, put that down into the so this fair value gap here, see how we traded below it, came back into it multiple times, created a new fair value gap, and so found support inside that. So as soon as you break that low, the first fair value gap you see after that here, you start getting short off that, waiting for a reversal. You don't get it here. But when you finally get above it here on a close, come back, tap it, keep running, come all the way back inside it right here. That body's respecting that. Get back above this level. And we're just above it, and we're still inside it right here. So right here, you want to see that continue going higher. So we've got a BISI on here, this side. And we've got an immediate rebalance here. So kind of looking for gold. To stay above that. Gold can stay above there and get above here. Then we're looking for another run back higher. Look at that box. We're just sitting around inside that discount box, trying to decide whether we want to go lower or we want to come higher. Kind of just stuck inside that small little range right there, a little consolidation in Bitcoin. I want to see this provide some support here and start to climb back up again, take out these highs, start running deeper into that range. We don't have a pre-market. It's Monday. We're not expecting a lot out of the market today. And we have, what do you got, Pico? That's what I'm looking for in there. Disney, we want to see Disney get it back above here. This is good. I'd like to see that keep going now. That's a 4-hour chart. You've given that little tap right there. That's it. You want to see that accelerate through here now. So Chris, if you're looking, watching, then that would be a nice little continuation on Disney, I think. Walgreens. NVIDIA. That's my upside objective in NVIDIA. I had not Walgreens just feeling like it wants to roll over now, come back down. I wouldn't get excited about Walgreens going higher until we break through this breaker here. Otherwise, we're just going back into this breaker that took out that high, find support off that, and then start coming back down into this range. So we're looking for downside on Walgreens again. These banks. I have to have a look. I haven't really studied these banks this week or this weekend. Yeah, feels lower, man. It feels lower. My next downside objective in the Royal is somewhere around here on a daily basis. And if we close below that, Then we've got downside liquidity and a whole bunch of stuff down here. So if we just come down to the discount inside this box, that's my discount box I'm looking for Royal Bank. So that means these other banks, they're looking to come down lower as well. Look how it hit discount premium. Look at that. It's just those boxes were out a long time ago. So we can get back through here and another run down into here. We could start stretching right back into that gap again. Oops. We'll see where TD goes from there, but that's a nice premium array to unload up some positions at. Nova Scotia. Let's get through that there. Still looking for this to complete down here. 26 bucks. Ford can come all the way back up into here. I don't want to see it roll over one more time into February, March. Get right down into here. Dodge. Is that their, no, it's not their pre-market. So I'm looking for maybe a retest of this up here, 1507. Be nice to see it stay open. Just roll over and come back down again. The foreign currencies, we've hit our buy side objective on Friday. I like it. So now we want to see if we can get through this level right here on the daily for let's see if we can get back up through that now. Use that for support to go higher. And then you're aiming for these old highs up here. This would be the next buy side liquidity. Dixie. I like to see it just roll right over and hit this little number we had down here. We can hit this little level here, then pound should hit that no problem. And we should start reaching for this up here. Japanese yen, still looking for these upside objectives for yen. It's a long time downside goal, upside goal. There, it's taken a while to get there, but it's a nice slow, steady grind. It's hitting off the levels we pulled out of the rocks. It's hitting off of them nicely and starting to climb. So I want to see this here now. I don't know if you guys are into Japanese yen or not, but so that takes you right to the top of that line there. So if I pull this one straight over, you'll see we've already hit, oh no, we haven't hit the top of it yet, bottom of it yet. So I'd like to see the bottom get hit and see how we act in the consequent encroachment of this. And silver right from 50%. Nice slam all the way back down. It's working that. See the 25% worked. 50% work. See how we're just kind of hitting these quarters, driving down, filling in a little bit, drive down, fill in a little bit, and then perhaps 75% and the full fill of that range there. Those are very interesting levels to see those kinds of reactions off of. So I just want to see these drop, take all this stuff out below us here. Okay, I got long right off of here. The 830. We came back through the 830, used the 830 to go long. So I wanted to get down short here. I saw it coming back up here. As soon as it breaks through this level, there's a fair value gap that occurred right after 830. As soon as we break through that, I'm on the wrong side, then that. So get back on the right side of it. So whatever loss I took from here, I made some money from there, but as soon as I started going back here, so whatever loss I took inside this fair value gap here, I've made that back on the way up. So it's a zero stress trade now anyway. And it's Monday, so low leverage. All right, let's say hello to everybody. We still got half an hour before our show, for the fireworks begin on Monday. There's no activity, so I'm still looking for this upside objective way up here. We'll see if we start using key leverage points now to see if we can start slowly grinding our way up there. We can take that out before Monday or before Tuesday. When we get back, we're going to see a little chaos after the holiday, so be careful on Tuesday. If Tuesday gives us a high and then we start to come back down, that's great. If we start to really drive through this, I'm looking for these old highs, the old high here and these two upside objectives we talked about on the weekend. Hadi's first through the door this morning. Good morning, Hadi. Abs, buddy, how's things? Hans, my regular trading hours guy. Hans. Let's see if we can catch a nice little lift off here from Hadi's 830 candle. A nice little lift off from there. Quick solution this morning. We have a week off for winter break, so I'm hoping to spend a bunch of time with you all. The charts. We're happy to have you. Quick solutions. Maybe you can sit on the large Pilates ball while you're working, Darren. That helps me. Oof. I've got a large Pilates ball downstairs. I know people use that. Yeah. This desk is not quite high enough or low enough for me to play with a Pilates ball. I should just extend it up and stand up every once in a while, more often. But thanks for the solution there. Russell, good morning. Craig, how you doing this morning? Cap, good morning, Cap. Moxley. Good mouth. Hey, Darren, what do you think about BOTZ ETF? BOTZ ETF. Let's have a look. BOTZ. There's robotics. This one you want me to look at? You're looking for the American one, I would imagine. I'll give you a quick down and dirty. What time frame do you want me to work on? If you're not going to tell me the time frame, or if you guys want me to look at something, always give me the time frame you want me to look at it in. Otherwise, you'll just get my daily look at it. That's all. I think you got to close above here. Here's your premium array. Your discount array is down here. That's quite beefy. You could take that even higher, right up to the full 50% of that range. All of this works in the discount portion, and pretty much all of this works in the premium portion. See that? It's all gaps all the way through here. It doesn't seem to be very clean. If I just went with the bull candles only and the bear candles only, or the lowest gap only and the highest gap, from a premium discount perspective, I want to see a close above here, start pushing higher for this range. Otherwise, we'll return back down. Put your fib tool on that, look for 50%, and then wait. You're in limbo land there. You could go higher, you could go lower. You could come all the way down to $31.58. If you lose that on a close, you're looking for these equal lows below you. Look at this on the high. You're looking for range extension. To what degree? I'm not sure. If you did get a projection, I'll probably use this as a fib projection for upside bullish run. I don't know why that just constantly keeps turning on me. And you're looking for one standard deviation here, so you'd be looking for somewhere around here and here as upside objectives. But you got to get above this here for range extension, and that's the first objective I'd be aiming for. Then second one will be here. That's how I would be looking for that. Oh, you want a monthly? Well, looky. Just where I gave it to you right there. Monthly objective. Jesus, come on, hit that damn thing. All right. There's your monthly upside objective. So you're right in the first fib projection here, and that should put you right into here. So that's your upside objective is 35.13 to 36.57, and watch for 35.87 for just a sudden reversal. It's because if that rolls on you and starts coming back down, because you're in a premium level. So here's your discount level here. You traded above it. You came back inside it beautifully here. I love that. Even came back and tapped this little gap here. Tap that for premium. All the way back down to a discount inside this range, 50% plus. Came back to this order block. Love it. Love it. We missed it the first time, but we came back and tapped it all the way through in the second run. Then you start to run through the premium array again. You came back, used the premium array to leverage to go higher. We came back, used the high, all the way back into that premium level again. And then now we're running for that premium level. So I'll be looking for you up here. That's my advice, or whatever it's worth. And it's worth 0 because I've never done any research with global robotics, just technical, just my technical look at that. I'd be looking for that to go higher. If you lose this on the downside, look for another deeper retracement back into 50% of this wick, which seems to be holding price. You do not want to see the monthly chart get below here. Monthly. You don't want to see it get below there. That'd be the upside. FSLY. 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 Give me the time frame, Craig. Daily. Roger. Eesh, kabibble. This is a fun one. I'd be looking Fastly. What the hell's Fastly? I like to see us come back in and hit the bottom of this. Volume imbalance is there's just a gap there, but I'd like to see this come back into the consequent encroachment of this, come lower. If you don't get a retest of at least the bottom of that, Craig, I'm not sure, because you've already had a nice 62% or more retracement back into this level. The discount box for me, you've already hit your first one, which is this little fella right here. You've already hit the edge of that one. You see that? So if I just put my crosshairs on there, you'll see that it's already inside the first one. And you're getting a retracement. So I'd like to say a retracement to here. If it's at least here and then comes back down to the bottom half of that, then comes back up to the top half of this, or the bottom half of that gap, taps the bottom here, and then starts to run into this candle, and then you get another pump back up again above, then a final drive down into the discount array, which is sitting right way down here. You have to almost include that whole thing. It's already hit it once, so I'd have to say I'll just leave it right on the bottom of that, right there. So if you go from premium level here, so say we traded below, if you're boxing this, and this is some random, I don't even have a clue who Fastly is or what they do, but just to show you that it's algorithmic. So I'm glad you guys are pulling out every once in a while. You pull out these crazy stocks that I've never heard of before, just to show you that it is algorithmic, my friends. Look at this. You trade below it, all the way down into a discount portion of this whole range. Then you retrace all the way back into it, premium level. You kick off of it. I bet you there were a lot of people saying we're going for those highs. They were selling that for going for the highs. We don't get range extension until we close above it. So where do we come back to? Look for the mean threshold of that candle to hold. It didn't even get to it yet. You got the rejection, or sorry, the open of that candle, and then the continuation. All the way back down, closes below that level. So we're thinking, great, as long as I can stay below that level, I'm looking for a short. It comes back up, taps it one more time, we get the continuation. So here's our downside objective. It literally closed way below that, way through that. So if we do come back into here and we just keep climbing, you could allow this to travel all the way back up inside all of this, or retap this old low, and then come back lower again. It's kind of a dodgy one. You're already in a nice discount already. I'd love to see that just come down here a little bit more and see how we act here. If you can get a daily reversal off of this again, because this hasn't been hit yet. So this to me is the golden opportunity. Now that quick drop down would fall into here to see that go higher. Yeah, sixes. I'll be looking at that $6 range. If it's losing money right now, if you lose this, all you got left is this and that little piece down here. And if you lose that on a close, then range extension, you're coming back lower. And that looks like it's the lowest it's been in a long time. 140 bucks that thing was worth at one time. Holy crappy. If only they could relive the glory days, hey? If you could take that up to $140. Oh, so we're back to bearish. Anybody else want another one looked at? I'm looking for PD arrays under $7 to buy, support a buy. Oh yeah. You definitely have to be looking at least in here. But watch for a reversal to set up in here to catch that as a run back. I wouldn't trust this right now that we've gapped down so hard and fast. If we rip into this, we gap down again today or this week, and you're looking for a run on liquidity here, I'll be dropping this little guy out here. Come on. Don't try to catch a low. Never try to catch the low. Because you could be completely wrong and it ripped through you and take this down to 5 something. Gold on a 15-minute. Gold on a 15-minute. Here we go. Yeah, you're still inside there, Russell. You're stuck between this guy and this guy. Got nothing for you there right now, my friend. Till you get above one of these, you got to wait for this. See, it's just compressing here. It's getting ready for a big pop out somewhere, higher or lower. Look at a higher time frame, see what we got. So you're more bearish right now. If you trace back into this breaker, I'd like to see this downside give way, get through this BISI. I don't know. Yeah, and then take this low here, because we haven't really taken a low. We have taken these. Yes, I agree. You've got a reversal right here. I agree. On an hourly basis. Right there. See that? You've come back, you've tapped it, and you've got a change in direction here. You've traded below it, then you traded above it, then you trade into it. So if you want that to hold, you've got to start climbing above here, and this has to hold on a 15-minute. If that gives way, then we're back inside this range. You want to see if this holds. If that gives way, then we're looking for a further run down below these equal lows here. Crude oil just gave you a reverse there, change in direction. Take out this low right here. We came back, we tapped it, extend the range. Looking for a run down deeper inside this whole area here. Look for the first gap around $70.73. Still looking for my this weekly thing to just give way. It may come up into here, but I just want to see a second stage distribution go on here. I just want to see it get below here, come back up for a second stage distribution, and do a big unicorn run down there. Do you acknowledge island tops, island reversals? Yeah, I did. They're the same thing as our reversal. They were just called island reversals back in the day, right? Many years ago. But I agree with them. Those island reversals are definitely something. Back through the 830 again. I already broke even, plus a little bit for the trade. Pay yourself at the high. Reverse, changing direction right here. Changes direction, comes back up inside it for continuation. Now we want to see if this side gives way. So box to box, or sorry, box to box in here. If that gives way, comes back, finds support at that. Look for a continuation on the downside again. And I'm not even going to trade this now. I'm going to wait for some. This could be just the day we're looking for. We want to just on the daily chart. We're looking for that small box to form. And then come back on Tuesday, give this a tap and start going higher. I gapped higher. So if we come back and fill in this gap and we just create that little imbalance, leave a little imbalance there, and then Tuesday come down, fill the imbalance, just tap this to give us an institutional order flow. We're back into our plan B. I think plan A was down here. We're looking for this one initially, right? We're looking for this to gap down, tap this, and then start going higher. Plan B was, let's see if we get the same thing happening above here, that this stays open. And if it gapped higher, the potential is if we get above this level here, that we were running for that little set point way up the top there. Looking for up here. We have not got above here yet on a close, so we'll see if this one just forms our plan B set. And that's just Chopsville, so I'm not interested in that. Abs is 6 o'clock, and D's 8:30 are having a battle of the minds here. It's Chopsville. This is where you get kind of lazy and go, I don't want to analyze it right now. But if you're going to analyze this, if you really want to stay on the horse, you guys tell me where's your downside objective inside this small little range here. Give me a number. It's hit it already, so forget it. It's already hit it here. So we'll see if it gets through this level. Find some support, come back into this level, and start coming lower. This mean threshold is holding price. $246. So we're through this level. Good. So we close below it. Look for it to pop back into here. Or not. We've already extended the range now. Come on back to our little a little fill on our 4-hour chart here. This would be nice to see this come back and all the way inside to that first gap that we had down here. hesitate no more. I cannot wait. And we do run. Like the way we literally open here, come back and just tap this low and start coming lower. Still gonna wait for my little reverse if I don't get it. This 830 off of the Hadid's 830 here again, or taking this low. This is a nice little take for a short. And you're right back into this whole gap again. I like that all the way down to 227. Looking for 232. Why is 232 so important, you say? Come on, give us something back here. And then 232 is my downside objective. Short there again at 830. You took the short there at 830. Nice. I want to see something deeper in this range. I want to, if I were going to get short again, I want to be, I want to have something off of here. It didn't give it to me, so I'm going to wait. There's the 232 done, dusted. Looking for 225 now. 225. There's 225. Now you're looking for 205. It's okay, Russell. We didn't get it. Didn't catch it. Didn't give us what we wanted. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. It did come back and tap our lows again for a short. I see why it hit here. I wanted more of a Derek's discount emporium up here. I'm going to get a nice little premium to show short off that candle, not this breaker here. So you're looking for 204. Um, 209 is the last target. I got this candle's close here, so that would be 204 on a 4-hour, 203, 204, somewhere around there. And the consequent encroachment was 214. Are you still staying out of this, Russell, or did you chase it? I'm out. I'm still out. Nice hit, Hadi. Nice work, buddy. Well, was with you at 233, 232. D's rejection lock success again. Still in 205, 214. It's Friday's close, approximately. Still in. Good for you, Hadi. Let it ride, buddy. So 214.50. That's, I think Derek was saying it was Friday's closed. Now, if we can get back through this opening gap and use it to go lower, we get back in sync with our weekend appraisal. Look how it used 232 to go lower. These are all new learning things for me. It swept the lows. We're at the 9 o'clock, 9:10 turn. So I'd love to see it come all the way down here and come back up inside that range. Just start waffling here for the rest of the day, bouncing back and forth. Or if it even comes down to this candle, we just get some nice little running back and forth in here. Hourly candles that just pick up small little inter-day liquidity, internal range liquidity runs all day long. Just keep picking them up for an hour. Come on, give us this consequent encroachment. Oh yeah, you're already through that. Hadi's on a run today. $204, $203. There's $206. Yeah, I see that imbalance there. You might have a tiger here by the tail here, Hadi. You might run straight through that. come back up, find support inside here, and then keep driving this all the way down. And your downside objective will be like way down here at 22,090. Yeah, well, we've got it 22,094. Let's go, Hadi. Ride it, baby, ride it. Let's see you do it, man. That would be like a 200 handle or a 160 handle for you run for the day, Hadi. You could move to the Hamptons after this trade. So you're right back inside this imbalance here. So you want to see if this holds, get through that, find support at this, and start coming lower. There's the first fair value gap of the day. 935. See if we can get a kick off of here and roll over and come back down again. This is the crazy Ivan. You'd like to see this come back into here, a roll over and come back down again. If that's it. And then it just 40-42 gives you a tap off of this. It keeps coming lower. I'd like to see a portion of that stay open still. Ivan's not even coming back for you. Just wants to keep on going. Oh, look at that. They're 204. It's 38. Maybe 40-42 will give you something in here. It's bottom of the hour. I'm going to 40 off of here. See if that gives us an extension. Well, it's just above consequent encroachment here. I want to see that come lower. I have to admit that we are a chance that we can come back into here in the next hour, like 10 o'clock, to come back into here, to come lower. So that would put us all the way back into 227, all the way up there. And that would come through and take my stop loss for sure. If I take that low, I'll take some profits and move it to break even. All right, Craig, take it easy, buddy. All right. I'm right at break even. Just paying for the trade now, just letting see if it'll run. I want to see it come back through here. It's paid for the trade anyway, so. Look at the 15-second, he says. Oh, that's good. That gave me a little pop. That 15-second one, look at that. Boom, right into it. Lower. Didn't clean this out. That's me out. If we get above here, now let's see if that starts to go higher. See if we can get above here, a little break in structure. Even here, I'd see it get above here. Use this premium array here, the support, to come back into that range. And we're just coming up for the 950 macro. So I'm looking for that 950 fair value gap to start to form. If we can come back through here for 950, use that for support to come back into the range. And then I'm test 1 hour fair value gap, your market over there. My stop loss just up there took me out and ran. Oh, I'm back long again off that 15-second reversal. I got long right off of here. And now that it's cleared that out, that's good. If I get a body above here, we'll find support here. My stop loss will go to break even. Actually, I'm going to put it right. It's going to pay for itself there. I'm just right in here now. I just want to be above that level because we've worked it already. So I don't want to see it come back into there. This candle here, that's it. You can tap it and then we're out of there. If it doesn't give me that, I don't care. My trade's paid for. I'm long off of this reversal here on a 15-second chart, and we'll see if we can get back into that first presentation again. And we're there. So now my stop loss is profitable, and I'll let that rest ride now. See if we can start seeing this is the 9:30 or 9 o'clock run. If we can take another run on this 10 o'clock, take out these relative equal highs above us again. I'm going to pull my fib tool on here and run the whole thing for a 50% retracement. I'll use the fib tool to run this one out. I'm internal range liquidity hunting. I'm just going to nibble internal range stuff now. And just nibble at the cheese today, man. It's a small little bouncing back and forth stuff. I'm all right with that. We've traded above this candle now. I want to see that. I'd love to see this stay open, create this gap, and start pushing higher. Institutional order flow entry drill right there. Just give it a little kiss. You can even come down to that candle's open, just above consequent encroachment of this, and start pushing higher. Good morning, Erica. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we've got, if this one closes here on the hourly and we've got a market shift here, we come back into this level, which should bring us just over 50% range. 62% will put us right near the money. It just came back and got me, so. A few ducats in the bank. Let's look at this. We've got this high ran out here. We get a change in direction. Come back, find support at this. See if we get back through it. And then you're back into that wait for 10 o'clock. We got the 950 macro starting now. So if it comes back above this here again, comes back and uses this as support, then I'm back into going long again. Sweater's getting up. All right. Back above it again. And we're off the all the way into here. Mean threshold of this candle is holding, and we got a little fair value gap that keeps getting reclaimed here. As long as that fair value gap holds price, I want to see the still going higher. I like that off there again now for a long. Takes that high, I'll just move to break even again. Wait. It's already tapped this, so as soon as that high gets taken, I'll move to break even and just wait. If it comes back and takes me out, that's fine. I'm demanding very precise levels for small targets. Like that level right there. I want to see this piece stay open now. See this pop up here, come back. Either use the institutional order flow entry drill off this BISI here and start pushing higher, or half of that, or just the tap of this candle's open. That's it. I don't want to see that fill all the way up. Already filled. It came back and tapped it one more time. Break even now. Gotta lift up. I'm out. Didn't really break that high. Got the little reverse here. See the change in direction there. Tap. There's nothing down here except this rejection block. Sorry, this BISI. Not a BISI. This last down close candle's mean threshold. I gotta get back through here. Yeah, looking for a retest of this candle here. I want this to be in a short day here. This little run up here, right off the hop, is the Judas for the day. I want this to come down into a bear candle today. So we're digging right back into this candle's open again. Now I'd like to see that go higher. I'm looking at this mean threshold of this wick. I don't want to see any of that give way. We're well inside this BISI fair value gap again. We're reclaiming it over and over. We haven't gone through it and through this to continue coming lower. So it feels like it wants to get back into 50% of this range, which was right here. And then we'll see how it acts off of that. Because 50% will put us right back into this low of the candle, which is ideally where I'd like to see that go. So I'm off this candle here's high for a continuation, and I'm going to move right into break even right away. I don't want to see it keep coming back down here now. I'm aiming for 50% there. It's like 16 handles. If it comes back and keeps tapping me out, I'll wait for the next entry for support. And my stop loss is going to be super tight. And as soon as it starts to break a premium level, I'll go into break even before it even takes out the highs. Like just this chop back and forth. I don't want to get beat up in that. So I want to just, if I'm going to find my perfect entry, then I'm going to wait, take it. And as soon as I see an opportunity to move it to break even or pay for the trade, let it run, then great. If it keeps coming back and taking me out, then I'll just move to the sidelines and wait for the next little perfect place for me to look for an entry. That's it. No more than that, or that little opening right there. That's it. Don't come down lower. Oh, you just took my stop loss anyway. So I went from there to there, paid for the trade. I didn't want to see it come back below that, but I guess the spread and yeah. Mean threshold should have been one tick below the mean threshold. That's probably going to go higher now, right off that little candle. Oh, good. It would have taken me out anyway. Imbalance down here. Damn you, Wick, and your consequent encroachments. So looking above here now. That 50% is going to get hit. I'm just trying to think about where it's going to take off from. What's our coming up for 10 o'clock? Give us a silver bullet for a run to 50% if you want. But would have left my stop loss alone? Whatever. I don't care. 58. Close above that. And then give us 58 reversal onto here. There you go. So if I don't catch this right here for long and it just takes off, then so be it. We'll just wait for any opportunity to catch a reversal. As soon as it hits 50%, you're looking for any opportunity to see a reversal here for the next continuation of the downside. You want to see this, a portion of this stay open. We're starting to get 10 o'clock, so as soon as that one finishes now at 9, but one more minute, and we start the next one, that would be the, you want a fair value gap to form in here, so you want to see just touch this, leave a portion open, start coming back down. So I'm long there. My stop is just below the mean threshold of this candle. So I think if it's done its work here, I want to see it just leave here now and start going higher. As soon as it takes that high out, I'll move to break even again. Tapping out. I don't even like that already. See where she closes. Yeah, you got me. Waiting again now. This high's got to get taken. Otherwise, you're just going to keep getting beat up and trade below it, trade above it, trade below it, trade above it. So you're just going to keep getting beat up in that. So I'll move to the sidelines and wait for the reversal up here. Wait for it to clean up. I love that whole pre-market. And then when the starts to open up, it starts getting sloppy, especially that 10 o'clock run. So there's the 9:10. I'm expecting a 9:10 turn, but there's nothing in here to really key off of any support. It just keeps bouncing around back and forth. Below that, above it, below it, above it again. That's exactly it, Hadi. That's what we're looking for. Look at that, nice and clean there. I start heading out. I'm not in this. I'll wait for it to get. I'll wait for the reversal to happen now. We can get a support off the top of this candle. If we can get a nice bold candle above here, come back, give us one little kiss here first, and start looking for that 50%, 62%, right back into this level, and then look for a reversal up here. So the temptations, hey, like, oh, I'm going below. No, I'm going to go up. Like, I'll give you an entry. You're going to take it. So you see how you can just keep getting beat up inside there, running above and below, and then it finally gives you the perfect little one there to go higher. So still no body above here yet. So I like 50% idea you had. I think the back and forth here is because the volume imbalance in the 1 hour. Over here. Yeah, could be. Working it. It's totally working that area, eh? So what you'd expect to see then, Derek, is if we get back up here, do you expect to see this get revisited again with a lot of back and forth, or would you expect to see a quick rip through here and start heading lower? Once we get through here, come back, we expect to see an acceleration through this level. I'd expect to see that just tear right through it. Yeah, that's a very good logical idea of why it's doing that, Derek. It's right inside that imbalance, right? So it's just filling it, which would be great to say, oh, let's fill it now, quickly run to the 50%, 62%, recapture this old low, and then turn around and just start ripping. So that your next price leg down would be from there on a 1 minute chart. It would be like a retest to this level. I'd like to see something like this. A retest at 50% or 62% and start heading down here. If it's just 50% or just above 50%, which brings us right back into that low. And the body would be right at the 60. This is right at the 232. One more time. If you tap 232, look for a run, the next price down to 165. That'll put us right back inside this. Which one is this one? Is this an hourly one way back here? That's the level we thought was important at one point. And this would be a nice little retracement back into this fair value gap sitting right here as well, which also puts us right in a confluence for an hourly, which brings us back to that low fair value gap. You want to see that stay open, and that will probably bring us back into this 232, important 232 level again. So we'll see if that all transpires. Yeah, I don't know. Don't have an opinion or knowledge of what it might do on the other way down. If MM no lots orders around 22 226 may not touch there or wick 22 226. It may not touch there or wick. Well, usually it comes back to 50% of the range, right? And then goes lower. You don't very often get a stop just before 50%. And Michael's talked about this before, and he says if there's an order block here and a fair value gap back inside the range, it'll ignore this fair value gap and run for the fair value gap. So we'll see if this is true. I know he talks about it on the way down, so I'm just wondering if this is the exact same thing in reverse. So we'll see if this candle holds. I'm expecting this doesn't and just kind of runs through it, and we might get this fair value gap above us. We never really did get the TGIF. Could we get it today? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Abs. Remember he was saying that TGIF, if you don't get it on a Friday, it usually occurs on the Monday. And it's the holiday day, so it'd be nice to see the retracement back into that. But now you'd have to pull the TGIF Friday all the way to the new high of today, and then TGIF Friday. Isn't that how you'd have to do it? I'm not sure. What do you guys think of that? If it does make a new high after Friday and doesn't retrace back into the TGIF for the previous Friday and makes a new high on Monday, do you pull the TGIF to the new high and run back? Now, does that make it a new TGIF Friday though? Questions for the creator. What does he think? What do you guys think of that? What are your thoughts on that idea? We're going up. Rise, my friends, rise. We're slowly creeping up above this first presentation. So right now we're inside this order block. Don't know to use the old high or the new high. Does anybody have an idea on that? Has anybody heard Michael mention anything about if price makes a new high after the TGIF Friday, do you pull the new 20 to 30% retracement off of the new high, or do you leave it at the, as soon as price comes back down to Friday's high, then you look for the 20 to 30% below that? It's an interesting call. Well, we'll do that today. We'll see if it works out today, Abs. We'll pull it off the high there for the daily and see if 20. Let's do it. Let's do it. What the hell? Let's throw caution to the wind. Let's do this. So we're looking for, wow, look at all the level, look at the levels that we put down here on the weekend. It's literally 20 to 30% inside that range there. There's 20, 25, and 30. All those levels that we put down here on the weekend. Wouldn't that be weird if it actually made its way all the way back to here before taking that high? Talk about confluences again, guys. That would be interesting. Then I'd be like, yep, that's what we're going to do. That's my new rule for an extension on a Monday. Look for a pull back into the, and look at that. That would literally give us our Monday come all the way back into this fill, and then Tuesday tap our level that we looked for, our plan A, tap it, and then go higher before taking out this high here. That would be interesting. All right. That puts us right in the objectives we looked at here. I like the confluence of that. Let's see if that works out. So this is my next price leg I'm kind of looking for on the downside. What's the concept of TGIF like Silver Bullet PM? TGIF Friday is usually at the end of Friday once the high is set, usually in the afternoon on Friday, that there's a retracement in the afternoon to 20 to 30% of the weekly range. That's the concept of TGIF Friday. And apparently, if it doesn't happen on a Friday, it usually happens on a Monday. But if we have an extension, our question is that if we extend even further than we did on Friday, do you take the new range for Monday, which we just did, and it tends to line up with a lot of it ends up bringing us right into our little boxes down here. So if we're looking for our discount box down here, I remember Hadi was looking for his 494, this discount box. That will put us right in our TGIF Friday retracement. So that would be more confluences that support these three levels we talked about on the weekends. The new TGIF Friday, take the new range that's created. That'll put you back into 20, 30%. That's 20, 25, and 30% right there, which puts us right inside our discount array. So I'm happy with, if we can tap here, we can capture this reversal here and a clean escalation all the way down. I'd like to see that run all the way back into there, and we would have accomplished the idea of TGIF Friday on a Monday and kept in context of what else we were looking for what we were discussing on the weekend. See how we're eating through this order block? Looking for here now. First one, 50%, and then looking for a little boop above there. I'm now moving my stop loss to break even, plus the cost of the trade. And I'm sitting, I'm waiting again. I'm not waiting for the 50% to move to break even. I am like right in there right now. I got in right here. So I'm literally sitting at the bottom of that candle. If it comes back and taps me again, whatever, I'm out. Sorry, where did I get in? At 215. 215, right there. I'm actually just below that level. So get rid of this. So far, this is working out like Michael talks about. This doesn't hold price, and we end up reaching for the fair value gap behind it. Did that take forever or what? Did it ever? And that should answer your question there, SQQQQQ guy. If we touch it, come on, just hit the 50% and get it over with. Now I'm moving into profit, and I'm going to leave it sit there now. I just want the 50%. Yeah, I like that previous low tap. That would be perfect for me. I'm giving that a little run. I'm chasing it up a little right here. I like that. This order block here to hold price. So I'm looking for each individual order block now. Hit the 50, and then I'm looking to see if this holds. My stop loss is going to sit just below the mean threshold of that one tick. And I want to just slowly chase it up here, candle by candle, and say, what levels do I want to see providing support? If they give way, then I'm out. And I'm sitting right there. Remember, I don't want to see 3 arrays in one candle get taken. I still think that 50%. I'm looking up here. I'll let the rest of it sit now. I'm in profit, so I'll let the rest sit. And if it doesn't come back and take me out, we'll see. I'll let it run all the way to the rest of the way now. I like the way to see this order block did not hold price. How you would typically expect it to hold price. You know, it's low, or it's the mean threshold of the candle, or the wick, I should say, or the low or the mean threshold of the candle, and we've just eaten all the way through it. One candle, we ran all the way through all 3 PD arrays and closed above the mean threshold. So my guess is we're taking this next. And if we get through this and that order block, then I'm starting to get a little more concerned about potentially running these old highs out here and getting back up into the premium array above us. But we'd have to break through here first before I start thinking that level. I'm out now. Move to the sidelines, take a bit of profit, and wait now. Just want to see this 50 get hit. I think it's going to come back below here again. For all 3 of those, come back up inside that little imbalance or rebalance. Come back down. Look for these little imbalances below you here. Remember, if it goes through 3 arrays at one time, your ass is next. Literally stop right on it. I like this piece here. Low. We'd have to get back through that right there on a close at 22,222. Otherwise, I'm looking at this to come back inside this range. Oh, and bounce down here. Let's see if it closes above there. That's good. Forget this. Low is 22,225. And the mean threshold, or the constant cross-current of the weak equilibrium of the range, is 226. We've now hit 225, so we've literally hit the bottom of that hourly candle, which is shy of the equilibrium. There, finally hit it. Yay! Now we'll see if the other objective gets hit. So now you're just looking for, as soon as that equilibrium's hit now we're just hunting for the first opportunity to catch our reversal. If this is just the retracement on the hourly back to a level we want to find support, we're now hunting on a 1-minute chart or HIDSIGHT on a 15-second chart, hunting for a reversal. So look for this here, any opportunity to see a break in structure to the downside, come back, find support, kind of like we've seen here on the hourly. You want to see that on the 15-second chart and head lower. So if you really want a good structure break, you want to see it break below here. Keep your eyes on this level. This is the regular trading hours, a refill of the regular trading hours, and that brings us all the way back up to 241. And 241 puts us right inside here. So keep your eye on this level. That's the regular trading hour gap, is it not? So I want to see any fair value gap forming in here would be nice. 15-second. Yeah, I don't see anything in there just yet. Or, sorry, let me go back to that 15-minute there. This is a 15-second. Look at that. I like it right off the regular first 15-second at 9:30. I'm bouncing off of that. So a nice little retracement back into here. Use this support, breaking below here, and then start to run all the way back down to the discount box down here. So that would be a run box to box trading. You get through this lower box here on the downside, then we look like we've got our continuation. So keep your eye on that level there on a 15-second chart. I'm still looking for that 1-minute upside objective right here. Bouncing off the 50. So we'll see if we get back through here. We're not breaking through here yet. We're still looking for this fair value gap above us. And I want to see a nice little clean break through there on the way back down again. Then you could look for this to provide support to come down lower, break structure to the downside, start heading for this discount box down here. So Erica, you see how this 950 macro, so if you're coming back inside the fair value gap, this is all just reclaiming that fair value gap right there. Even though we look for the first fair value gap after 9 o'clock, if you're looking for the first, you look for the first fair value gap you see here after 950, I should say. You want to look for the first one you find after that, which is right here. If we come into this short and you're looking for a run on the lows, if it goes back through it, there's your fail safe. Would have taken out your stop loss right there, or you would have just gone, oh no, I'm wrong. I'm on the wrong side of that. It's going to take the highs, extends the range. You get the next run traded through it. And then you want to see the range extend. This one would have been nice to continue coming back down here and take out that range. Erica, I know you're in here. I think you're in here still. When we're looking at those swing points in that example I gave you the other day, I was going to give you a video on it. Always look for this swing and this swing. They are considered the low. So if you take it out, it's a data point. You can't get selective on your swings. You can't say, you know, I like this one better. What you like and what the algorithm ones and zeros is aiming for, it looks for a swing point. If that's your data point, and that's a swing point right there. So when you're aiming for the nearest high, that's your nearest swing point. That's your nearest data point. It doesn't necessarily have to be these equal highs here. It's the nearest swing point. So that's considered a swing, because if you say, well, I like this swing better, what you like and what you get are maybe two different things. See how it just sweeps that low there and then reaches for the next little data point and then comes all the way back inside the range again. So you have to look for the first, whatever that little swing point, if that one's even slightly above that, it's considered a swing. Michael's idea of a swing is a high with a lower high on either side. And that doesn't mean that the wick has to be a lot longer. Just the fact that the wick is just above it makes that a swing. So when you're in those really tight little areas like that, you say, yeah, this one would have failed on the way. You know, if you're just looking for a fair value gap here, I didn't get my low, but you pull the high to low. And if you did your fib tool inside this run, you would have made, that's why the fib tool will save you in any one of these little runs. That's what I was trying to show you the other day, Erica. Retracement. See, if you said, here's my 950, there's my little gap. If I trade back into that for a short, I'm going to go short there. And I'm going to, as soon as I get to 50%, I'm going to pay myself at 50%. It's right there. And I'm aiming for this low. Get 50%, move my stop loss to break even. If I hit 62, I move to 50%. And now I'm in profit. Then all of a sudden it reverses and takes me out. And I go, oh man, it just traded above it. I'm on the wrong side of this. I'm aiming for that high now. Can I get in on that to take that high? No, it already ran it out. So I wait for the next one. You got a reversal here. Now I'm looking, can I get this a run below this low? As soon as it traces back into it, it does right here, comes back down, stops, and then runs out the low. So even this would have been a money maker from that high to this swing point low. You look for, can I get above this to get a premium to sell it at a discount? And again, this isn't a consolidation, but I'm showing you that each data point is still important, even in consolidations. And if you're using your fib tool off this trade here, and you said, I'm getting short off of here, because that's in the premium portion. As soon as it hits 50%, which is right in here, half my trade is off. I'm moving to break even. As soon as I hit 62, pay myself 64. And if it ends up running to my stop or my take profit, I've got my money moved to the sidelines. Those have to be data points. So when you were saying that in your example, you said they failed, go back over with just what I showed you here and you'll see that they didn't. They actually would have paid you if you use your fib tool as a method to protect you. All right, so we're right back up into that level. That's not the price leg I'm looking for now. I remove this, stay inside price action. We have not got anything that's given us a reversal yet. So now we're back into this level here. So if we close above this, then you've got to give up the idea of this whole running down thing. And we're coming back deeper inside that range. I'm looking for this little objective up here. This one here first, here, then here. But that would be the premium rank. You see how Michael's idea has panned out? He says, if you have an order block like this and there's a big ass fair value gap behind you, it's going to run through that. It runs through that. 50%, uses 50% for support, runs all the way through it, and we're into that fair value gap now. So that theory holds true. Got to shake your money maker. It's an ICT concept. Give us a nice reversal now. You want to see the portion of this stay open? Right off that body now, that would be great. Leave a little bit open and then start to come back down again. And I know Hadi's watching very carefully on a 15-second chart. There's a reversal right here. Market structure shift here. I want to see it get below here. Come back and use this order block for support. You've got a shift right here already on a 15-second chart. Wait for a body to break below here. Good for you, Hans. At least you're rehearsing your market makers or your models. I love the way you're just rehearsing it, practicing it. If it works, you're just building confidence around your set. I like that. That's good rehearsal. No need to get yourself all worked up and panicky over it. Just practice your trade setup. And if you see it and you do it on demo a bunch of times, there's a lot of year left in us. We still got lots of time to make some money. Just taking your time to perfect that. That's all. So we've retraced back into the premium here again. We also have a, what do we got here? Yeah, I'm going to see it break below here first. This is a nice retest of this. Let's see that come through here now. Which series does Michael talk about that fair value gap above the order block price will go to the order block? Oh, I think that was the 2024 September, the September 24th, September 18th last year. Type it in the ictindex.io and see if that gives you your answer. I can't give you the exact thing. I don't remember the video that it was in, but I remember him discussing it. Derek, do you remember when he was talking about it? Derek's got a better memory than I do. He's younger and more handsome than I am, so he remembers. All right, so now see on the 15-second chart, we've traded below here. There's a structure break, come back, found support at that. I want to see that start to really come down lower now. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But Derek, do you remember that that ICT concept or abs? Any of you other younger guys, do you remember that? I'll be right back. I don't. I wish I did. And I don't, but it's probably on the ICT index. Okay. I wish I could remember the. I might have to check my notes here. Where's my notebook? My notebook here. September 12th and 30. Oh no, that's it's an appointment I had. Lecture 9. Lecture 10. Here's one of those TGIF Friday notes I got here. If the weekly range is traded back into within the 20 to 30% TGIF on a Thursday, then ignore Friday trade day. It will likely be very sporadic and choppy. If TGIF happens on a Thursday, it will need to be 100 or 1300 hours New York time minimum to Friday's close. If at any time there is a 20% retracement and the trade has not been taken, then wait until next week. I'll have a look at that, Eric, and see if I can find it for you. If I can find it, I will put I'll post it in the Telegram channel so that you know. I'll read through my notes on his lectures, but I'm sure it was the September. Anytime my wife's in here doodling on, she doodles on my book, and then she she puts these things on the side there. When she's in here chatting with people, she doodles in my book along the side. Doesn't interfere with my notes, just beautifies my notebook. Bless her little heart. I don't even know how you'd ask that on the index, Derek, but it's this thing I was talking about on the 1 minute chart here. When you see a retracement into a range and there's 50% is sitting here, you've got an order block below you. Usually you see order blocks hold price and then roll over and come back down again. That the order block doesn't hold price, especially if there's a fair value gap behind it, expect that fair value gap to get hit. And that's where we got hit right there. And I like the fact we've got a portion of it staying open. It's what we want to see. And on a 15-second chart, we have a reversal here already. So I'm short on that from there. I'll just see if it holds now. So that's the thing you want to ask about the order block and the fair value gap. I don't know how you'd pose that as a question to the index, but I'm going to keep checking my notes. I'm almost sure that's January 2024. Next macro is beginning now. We're about to again. Ah, I think this is it right here. I thought I could have swore I actually drew a little diagram here. What day was that on? I didn't, of course, I didn't make an actual date on it. Range high. If the down close candle appears in the top 50% of the range, when a fair value gap does not appear in the lower 50%, then take the down close candle for a long if your bias is higher. If the imbalance exists below 50%, like a fair value gap, wait until price is here before going higher. That's it. I knew I had it in my notes right there. I don't remember what lecture it was on. It doesn't say what my lecture was. I could have swore I drew that out, and I did. What day was I close to draw? I never put dates on my notes. I just put dates or references to Michael's videos. Her lecture. So this is lecture 7. It's before lecture 7. So it says, if a down close candle, so we have to think about this from a top-down approach. If a down close candle appears, so in other words, if we're looking, instead of this being an up close candle, we're coming from the top. We're coming from the top down. I'm pointing at my screen here like you understand what I'm looking at. So if we're coming down, we're looking at a down close candle because these are all up close candles, right? So this is kind of the reverse. So everything I'm talking about now. So if we see an up close candle, I'll read it like it's going up. So if we see an up close candle appears in the top 50% of the range, top 50% of the range, when a fair value gap does not appear in the lower half, and we've got one in the lower half, then take the down close candle for a long. So in other words, if we don't have one that appears in the top portion, and we have this one here, so if we didn't have a fair value gap here, you would take this for the short. Because there's a fair value gap there, it says then take the down close candle for the long. So that would be the up close candle for the long, for the short. So let me start this again because I'm flipping it back and forth. So listen very carefully, Eric, because I have to I'm going to flip this all around. If a down close candle appears, start again. If an up close candle, we're going to do this like this, is what we're looking for. If an up close candle appears in the top 50%, so that'd be the bottom 50%. So this is in the bottom 50%. We've determined that already. In the bottom 50% of the range, when a fair value gap does not appear in the top 50%, which is right here, and it does, then take this for the low, which is what we talked about. If your bias is lower, in the lower, if the lower 50%, sorry, if the higher 50%, then take the down close candle for the long. If your bias is higher, if an imbalance exists below 50%, so this would be above 50%, that imbalance appears above 50%, like a fair value gap right there. Wait until price is here before going lower, which is exactly what we're looking for. I knew the notes were in there. Anyway, that's in the notes. So he did say it. I'm sorry, I don't know what chapter it's on, but I do remember making those notes. So what they're saying, I'm going to repeat this again. So what we're saying is if there's an order block right here that is in the lower half of the fair value or a lower half of the range that does not have a fair value gap in the upper portion of the range, then take this order block for a run lower. If there is this order block in the lower half of the range and there's a fair value gap above you in above 50% of the range, wait for this and then get short. Okay, that's what he's saying from the top. We're doing this from the bottom. We're just doing the complete reverse from the bottom. So I'm expecting this fair value gap to hold price. So stop loss for me will go above that candle's high right there. Because if this whole thing doesn't work out and it screws me over, this will fail and it will keep going higher. He says, as long as your bias is on the downside, and my bias is low on this Monday candle, it's going lower, and we've got an hourly bias saying we should go lower. So all of that should fill in. That could come all the way up to there. So I'm just above that. So we'll see if that works out. And I don't know how you would find that on his lectures, but it's before lecture 7, because my very first lecture note would be lecture 7. Lecture 7 of last year. It would be before lecture 7, Derek. It would be before that. So that's where you'll find it. And if you find the lecture, by all means, let me know. I'd like to know. On our 15-second chart, we've probably come back above that level right there now. Now you're looking for this to go long. Back inside that range again. I'm out of that now. It's broken my upside fail. Tells me I'm on the wrong side of it. Comes back, and now we're going in this direction. So my fail safe is hit, and I'm out. I'll wait now. There's the full fill. And where are we at? We're at 58. 11 o'clock. This would be a nice turn for a reversal. So you'd have to break this downside structure here. All this low, below 2226. All that needs to go. And then start looking at structure break to come lower. So on a 1 minute, you want to see this turn into a fair value gap, which it is already. You want to see it trade through it, back into it, then take this low and mark structure break below here. Use this breaker, would be this breaker. Use this breaker for continuation on the downside, and then start running back into this discount box here. Closes above the high, comes back inside that candle, go higher. You see where it's back inside that daily imbalance again? We've come down right back up to the top of it. Do we roll over here now and start coming back down? Because in a daily chart, that's just nailing the top of it right there. So if we roll over and come back down again now, or do we get back up on top of that, back on top of these hourly candles here for support to go higher? 'Tis the question. And that premium array, for me, the range extends if we start getting above here. Good morning, Chris. There's a small little BISI above us here. There's a small little imbalance and a SIBI right here. There's another small one right here. There's little imbalances right here, here. There's like lots of little tiny ones along the way. So if we start to march through here, I'm looking for each one of those as support levels. And then that's the premium box inside the largest range. That's the premium box to box trading. So from that, this discount here, this is an immediate rebalance. So you have this little one right here as well. You'd have to include all of this in that first fair value gap. I'd have to include that piece there on a 1 minute chart. So either way, you're inside that. Looking for a run to box would be all the way up back up here. If that's the premium, this will get you right into the premium level already. So off this breaker and the first cluster, there's a small little imbalance right here as well. We come back, retest that. We never retested it the first time, and we never retested the low the first time. So now we're coming back. Do we just retest this little low and that first SIBI or first gap on the sell side to run through it? See how we come back, found support at that, ran higher. Then when we went through it on the downside, we ripped all the way through it, but we did not come back and retap it. And now we're coming back and we're retapping it for, I love to see this just roll over and come back down now. And that was all we needed to come back and just retest this level, hold low, hourly, fill the fair value gap, roll over and come down. Now, if this is reversal here and the first level, second level, I want to see this just book it straight down hard and fast now into lunch hour and start returning back down to this 0.94 lower SIBI inside this range. That would be my downside objective, but you'd have to break structure in here. Like this, ideally, you'd like to see this low get taken at 22226 and then use this as a CAM model entry for a quick run. I mean, like an accelerated run through lunch or into lunch hour. But we'll see. See if that holds. This is a 4 a.m. candle. Is it going to touch Hadith's 8:30 candle, then go lower? Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That would come back on a 1 minute chart and refill this, retap that level right there, that SIBI on that side. That would fill Hadith's 8:30 candle. That'd be nice to see too. That's a 2250. $222.50. We'll see if we get below here. Which is also a fill of that fair value gap here. It's also a rebalance of that SIBI again. Not a rebalance, a retest of that SIBI again. So let's see your 830 Hadi. Hadi's got a lot of pressure on his 830 candle here. The world is watching, Hadi. The world is watching. The world of 30. No pressure at all. Well, that last chance for a short. That's also IPL. So it has a lot of pluses in there. Go Hadi. Oh yeah, let's go Hadi. And don't forget, you still have that little premium array above you. So it's almost like you'd have to, if you're going to enter in your 830, your stop loss would have to be above here. Because you know if you trade through this on a close, then we're looking for range extension. So we'll see if we reach that. And one more little poke up into the premium array. And then that consequent encroachment would be the ideal place to see it stop there, roll over, and come back down again. So far, this little fella right here is still holding price. How painful it is to wait for your hourly candles to paint the way you want them to paint. Right back up into this candle's open is right near that. See, that candle opened at 248.25. 248.25. Right there. Right there. So just slightly above where we're at. That candle's open. And I want to see it just peel away from here. But let's get Hadi's 830. Just give it another 1.5, 2 handles. Little pop up there. Let's take it on a ride, man. There's lots of confluences that support your level, Hadi. There's lots of little confluences that overlap that. we'll see how precise these levels line up. And you got premium Hadiz level. You've got this first SIBI breaker. You got an hourly candle breaker right here. These last two up close candles that take out these lows. You could say they're buried inside those guys as well. There's a small fair value gap sitting right there. So there's tons of confluences that support this whole area here. So let's see which level's the most precise right now. Below 222.26. I think Russell's what you're looking for. You want to see a structure break below here, get back down and aim for this discount box, get through that, look for a range extension. Here we go. There's your level, Hadi. Let's go. Let's go. That's why I like Derek. He's like a pit bull. He's just looking for that information now. So now I think we're on top of this level. So now we're looking for support to go higher. And now you're wondering if this is the ceiling, right? So you don't pick your highs. We just say right now we're going bullish. We still have our premium array above us. So if we go above that, then we're going for a range extension. But I like the way we've just come back and just tipped right off that 830 candle. So this would be a really nice little break-in structure here. Come back inside the range. And then I'd like to see us eat right through this little 232 candle. And then start getting another market structure shift down here. This is like a cam 3 model setting up here. So you've got cam 1 to here, cam 2 to here, and then 50% of that leg, cam 3 for continuation on the downside. So Derek, I don't know if Derek's still in here, but if talk to you later, he's probably not in here. But if Derek, if you're still in here, look for in the lectures, look at price coming down from the top and look at him referring to these order blocks on the side here. As you come down, so this bullish side going up, as it's coming down, look for these bear candles on this side and the fair value gap. So look at whatever lecture is coming out. If you see a lecture going up, then don't worry about it. Just keep looking, just fast forward it till you start to see price coming back down with the fair value gap in there and an order block, and then see if he's making a comment about that. Otherwise, you're going to be spending hours and hours looking for that one little nugget of information. It's like watching paint dry, hey? This is really moving slow. Derek, are you still? I don't know if Derek's still in here or not. I just got some more information on that. Help him zero in on the discussion. I was just looking at my notes before that one specific level, and is he still in here? Derek, are you still in here? I can save you a little bit. Look for market on the close macro. Market on the close macro. It's the one, it's either that discussion or the one just after that. That lecture. I like that we filled this. We create this fair value gap here, and the one that we were looking to try and hold on, we went below it. We're back into the consequent encroachment of it, and I want to see if this keeps rolling over and taking out this side here now, and we get a structure shift here to the downside, and then come back into this little imbalance right here for continuation on the downside. That'll come right back to the edge of this and keep working. So now we're building support around today's 830 level. If we can get below here, and then this break market structure, this and the edge of that would be the ideal place. You want to see that still continue to come lower. If you get back above this level again, then we're back into, yeah, it could go to the premium array here, yeah. And we're back above it again. This is right in the premium box. Those wicks right into that imbalance right there. See that? Stretch it out and look at it. Nailed straight back into that imbalance. We'll see where that closes. This is my next upside objective if this gives way. This is the kind of thing you want to see it hit it and just start ripping through it, not waffling like this, starting to work on the upper portion again. The fact that we keep sticking wicks through that, that's the only wiggle room you got left. And we've already opened above it, tap it. So I'm thinking higher right now. We'll see if we can get above that little inefficiency there, that little imbalance. Close and use that to leverage that 830 open. See how we're above this now? Come back, find support at this, start pushing higher. Look for that 830 run and again back up into that premium level. The fact that we're waffling around here so much, not a good sign for me. So, and we're at the bottom of the hour. So this would be a nice little quick pop up into here at 30.32. And then Crazy Ivan catch us on a run. It's the 830 or the 30. I'd love to see the 8 or the 1130 here. And then the crazy Ivan come back through here, sees you and tears through you. So if we can get this up to the next 6 minutes, reach into that premium array and see how we act off that premium array. And there's still a little tiny one way up here as well. See you tomorrow, Heidi. See that next 8 seconds close below here. I don't know if Hadi's still in here. It's like, man, as soon as he leaves, look at this. As soon as he leaves, he's like, no, damn it. First shift. Come back into this candle. And see if this closes below here. Adi, this is the way it is. She's a fickle princess. I tell you that chart. I've been committed to your opening. I've been sitting in your opening, your 8:30 candle for a long time, hoping that it holds. So now we have another break here. We've broken here, broken here. Now we've broken below this level here. Find support. Let's just keep coming. I don't want to see it run all the way back, take that high on. I want to see his 8:30 candle hold. Now we have a structure shift on a 1 minute chart. I want to see these hold now all the way up to here. This can hold all the way inside here. Let's go. Let's go. Daddy needs a new pair of sneakers. I believe you, man. I'm short now. As soon as we have that market structure shift, you can take a short off of there. Ideally, I want to see all this get taken down here as well. like for me, a nice big structure change would be taking out this little imbalance down below us here, get below this 226. Because we could just get this little run in here into the crazy Ivan and then start seeing this little pop into that premium array. I like the idea that we've already broken these small market structure shifts. Let's see if we can get down below here now. So you pull out the next hole in the wall you want to, or ledge you want to wrap to. You're rappelling down here. That's where I'm looking for the next wrap to. Oops. Rappel to there. You hook your line into here and then wrap down through these fair value gaps into the discount array. There's one sitting right here as well. You're into 50% of that range. So if you're using your fib tool on that, I'm in break even. It's a zero stress trade now, so I'm just letting it see where it goes. I really want to go. See you guys tomorrow. Hope you catch it. Oh, I'm in it. I dig it. Just we'll see how long it goes. But have a good day, man. We'll see you tomorrow. D's always got his phone in his hand if he's on the run. Coffee in one hand, trading the 830 in the other. Looking for 22,242. You can see where we could come back to 50% of this small range. and back into this breaker. Takes out that high, unless you look at this breaker. And that's institutional, or the optimum trade entry reversal up at 70%. So low taken, swing. We're closed above it. Now we're below it. You want to see it continue to accelerate, rip through here now. I still want this premium. I'm out of that trade now. So I got short from here. I'm out here just because we got that little reversal. We've traded above it, below it. Now I want to see this discount. Otherwise, I'll just move to the sidelines and wait. Let it come to you. No need to rush this. No need to panic saying we're marrying an idea for it to have to go lower. We may get there, but it may be after lunch. We may have another run on this liquidity above us here at lunchtime and then come lower. Like we may take one more little poke into that premium array. So if you haven't got the lion's share of the run today, the 9:30 reversal or the 10 o'clock, 9:10 turn, off here, there's your 10 silver bullet type of thing. The 9:50 macro began all the way up to Hadi's 8:30 reversal or 8:30 candle. Then see, now we're above that level again. So I'm back inside this range. So 50%'s here. And all we've got is just this little imbalance and back to this breaking structure. And that, what would be a civvy if that was a gap or a downside candles only. There's an imbalance right there. So that's what I'm looking, that's what this is for. So you want to get at least up into the top portion of that. See if that holds and rolls over and goes down lower again. And then you've got your next price leg lower. The markets are closed at 1 p.m. I'm not even touching this now. Not even touching it. So remember our plan B for our daily? Plan B for our daily. Do you guys remember this? When we talked about this on the weekend? There's 31 of you in here, so I would assume 1 or 2 of you were here this weekend when we were talking about this. So plan A was to see this candle come all the way back down into here, tap this, and then go higher for the rest of the week. Plan B is to create a fair value gap above us here, like this, for this candle to turn into fair value gap. So if we close today, we'll get our fair value gap right here. And tomorrow, Tuesday, you want to see it tap into this 1, 2, 3 levels that we looked about yesterday. We're looking for a tap on these all the way down into this stuff here. Those are the 3 levels we had. So I'm looking for a retest of this tomorrow and then run higher. That'll be the 12 swing. If we're looking for the 12 tibs, that will be a 12 tibs there for a higher run on the daily. Look for this level here. If we go through this level on a close, then I'm starting to look for this level down here, and we're starting to dig deeper into this range. If we take out all this stuff here on the close and use it as support to come lower, and it changes on a 1 hour chart, we don't have, this doesn't stay open, we start to lose our love for this the more we fill this BISI in tomorrow. So I just want to see a Tuesday low and then run back higher. There's our run up into our premium level. That's hitting right off that box again. There's 50% done, 62%, 70%. And you're back up into this imbalance here. We're right through this one. And we use it for support to go higher. Remember when we want to see a run further into the range and we start to run through here on the upside. So we take it out on a close, you come back, find support at it, push higher. You're back up into a premium portion of that range now. I want to see this roll over here, find some support in here and start pushing through that little imbalance down here to come lower. See that little tiny one there? Close below it, tap it, come lower into this range. And that's probably more than 50% already. Oh, just shy of 50%. So see if we get it back above this level right here. So above the premium portion of this previous imbalance over here. Hmm. Look for a run on those highs. Back up to 830 again. Right on the money. Plan B, it's working out. If this closes at 1 o'clock, then plan B is our run for tomorrow. I think we're going to finish up with a very thin, small candle here. I'd be surprised if we ran all the way down into this 20 to 30% of the whole range now created. change in direction, came back inside it. You're back inside here now, looking for this little discount job down here at 22,328 or 338. Get back above that, look for the next run higher, above this little premium box again, and then I'm aiming for that premium on the larger range right above us here. Oh man. Just remember, after the holidays, the first day after the holidays, Michael suggests watching. The charts can be quite choppy after a holiday because everybody wants to get back in and start moving positions around again. And there's some manipulation that can go on after they get back from holidays. So keep your head on a swivel tomorrow. You may get your high or low of the week on a Wednesday, not the Tuesday. And Wednesday, if you look at the Forex Factory, I think that's the bigger day. Nope, Thursday's the bigger day. There's FOMC meeting on Wednesday, and then Thursday we have crude oil inventories, unemployment claims, the Philly Fed manufacturing index. All those are high, and those are all in the morning except for crude oil inventories. That'll affect the Canadian market at lunchtime. So that's Thursday. You hit that premium again, roll over. We're through this one now. Now you want to see if we can start pushing lower into our discount array down in here. Use this for support to come lower. It's bouncing off that low. Now you want to see this come lower. Well, they got robots making cocktails now. Wow. I saw this really cool invention where they put this, they got this screen with this really, what we used to use for intubations. We'd have this little screen on there so you can stick this camera down into the back of the throat, and then you can see your tube coming in, and you can slide your tube down the trachea between the vocal cords, and you could actually visualize it by having this little camera down here. That was the inventions that were coming in while when I was still in the job. And now they've got these, it almost looks like an MRI of your brain with this little handheld thing that they put on there, and they can look at your brain in live action view. It's crazy. The technology is getting incredible. It's getting very space age stuff right now. Looking for this 2020 or 228. You want to see a market structure shift here again, the downside. I'll see you tomorrow, Abs. Take care, buddy. I'm almost done here as well. I just want to see if these lows get taken here. I just see if my objective gets hit. Oops. Let's hit it now. Let's see if it takes those lows. Trade below it, come back into it, look for those lows, and then I can be out of my trade. It's amazing how dirty your mouse gets. Come on, run through here. Get me out. All right. Cleared me out. I'm done. Now I'll see that. I want to see that continue to rip through here now. If it comes back into that little level right there. See a continuation on the downside. That's all I wanted was my 22,226, and I'm out. Take the lows, and then if it settles in for a nice little slow run down into a the next stage of accumulation and distribution. If you can get a unicorn from here, I'd expect to see it rip through this whole area here and see a nice little run lower. So here's a retest of that level. I'm not putting any more trades on. I'm going to walk away with a little bit of profit today and move to the sidelines. Now we're just waiting to see if, yeah, it was just a quick little run on liquidity here. And then if we get back above here, yeah, we're just coming back in and find some support at it. You want to see it just accelerate lower now. That's box to box. Okay, so there's your box up here. You've traded into it. There's one box, downside box. You hit it, you go through it, tap it, look for a range extension. You've already got your range extension. So if you trade back through it, look for a run back into this range here. I think that's going to be it for me. There's only like an hour left of the markets. So try not to engage too much of this this morning. Tomorrow, be super careful. And we'll see if we can find you guys something tomorrow morning. But if you've made some money today, even if it's 20 bucks, move to the sidelines. Don't give it back. Go get a coffee. Celebrate your analysis of the markets and looking at key levels in price action. So you can still see a level of crazy accuracy here. But you have to be nimble in days like this. And tomorrow, keep your head on a swivel tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a bit nuts. I do like that whole idea that we talked about here this morning about this level given away and running back into that fair value gap. I love that. And then Hadi's 830 candle was a nice little addition to what we were seeing, and his 830 market structure shift back into this premium array for continuation on the downside, looking for this to get taken out. You did. Now you want to see this level find some support and keep coming lower. If you trade back through it, look for a continuation back inside this small range, and then that range, and then the higher range. Otherwise, look for the first fair value gap to be your next downside objective, and see if that that pays you out there. All right. Otherwise, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for showing up. Keep your eyes on that first fair value gap presentation here for some profits now. I'll see you guys tomorrow.